You might wonder why some women walk away from men who seem flawless. Men who are kind, loyal, attentive, and caring. Men who give their time, love, and effort. And yet, she leaves, sometimes for someone who appears to offer less. It can feel confusing, even unfair. But here's the truth. It's not about how much effort you put in. It's not about being good enough. The real reason comes down to 7 deep psychological needs that every woman has. These needs are so subtle that many women themselves can't fully explain them. When she says things like, "I don't feel the spark anymore. I just need space." It's not you, it's me. What she's really saying is that some of these needs are not being met. Here's the tricky part. The men she ends up drawn to often meet these needs naturally, without trying, without thinking about it, and without struggle. In this guide, you'll discover all 7 needs. You'll learn how to recognize when she's searching for them. Most importantly, you'll understand how to become the kind of man who satisfies these needs effortlessly, without chasing, begging, or changing who you are. Once you grasp the 7th need, everything falls into place. You'll see why some men are admired, pursued, and desired, while others get overlooked despite doing everything right. Let me be clear, these needs aren't my invention. They exist whether you accept them or not. Women respond to them naturally, and other men are already meeting them, sometimes with women you wish were yours. The difference is this: I'll teach you how to fulfill these needs with honesty and respect. No manipulation, no tricks, no control, just real attraction, real connection, and authentic relationships. If your aim is to deceive or harm, stop reading here. If your goal is to grow, understand, and create genuine bonds, keep going, because understanding these needs can change everything. The hidden spark of attraction. Many people misunderstand this need. It's not about sex itself. It's not about touching constantly. It's not about flirting openly or saying inappropriate things. The hidden spark of attraction is much subtler. It's an invisible energy that flows quietly between 2 people. Even when you're talking about normal topics, work, daily life, random events, there should be an underlying sense. We are drawn to each other and we both feel it. This energy is what separates a man who creates chemistry from a man who feels like just a friend. Without it, interactions feel flat, safe, predictable, boring. With it, even silence carries meaning. Every glance, every pause, every small gesture becomes charged. So how do you create this spark? Not through words alone, not through effort, but through how you carry yourself. The first tool is your eyes. Eye contact is incredibly powerful. Most men either avoid it or overdo it. Don't stare too intensely, don't look away nervously. Instead, maintain calm, steady eye contact. When she speaks, look at her fully, not just her eyes, but her expressions, her subtle movements. Occasionally, after she finishes a sentence, pause for a moment before replying. That small hesitation builds awareness and quiet tension. Next is closeness. The distance between you matters. Standing too far feels distant. Standing too close feels forced. Find a natural closeness. Sit or stand near her without invading her space. Let your presence be felt gently without trying too hard. You don't need constant touch, just natural proximity. Your voice also carries this energy. How you speak is more important than what you say. Slow down slightly. Lower your voice when the moment is personal or meaningful. A calm, controlled tone communicates confidence, and confidence naturally attracts. Silence is another key. You don't have to fill every moment with words. Sometimes, after she says something important or playful, pause. Smile lightly. Let the moment exist without interruption. These pauses allow feelings and emotions to surface naturally. Touch, when done intentionally, strengthens this spark. It should be light, brief, and purposeful. A touch on the arm to emphasize a point, a guiding hand through a crowd, or a small contact that feels natural. One intentional touch is far more impactful than frequent, nervous gestures. Why does this matter? When this subtle energy is present, her attention sharpens. She isn't just listening to what you say, she is feeling the moment. Her body senses your presence, and her mind becomes more engaged. She may not consciously label it as sexual tension, but she experiences it. Combine this hidden spark with intellectual engagement, challenge her thoughts while keeping this quiet attraction, and you become unforgettable. You are not just a kind man or a smart man, you are someone who makes her feel something rare. This spark is not optional. Without it, attraction fades. With it, connections grow deeper. And when it exists naturally, everything else in your interaction becomes smoother, more magnetic, and more memorable. The power of emotional rhythm. Here's something most men never realize, and understanding it can completely change the way you experience attraction. Women don't want a partner who is the same emotionally every single day. They don't want someone who always reacts the same way, feels the same way, or shows the same energy constantly. What actually attracts them is emotional variation, but built on a foundation of safety and stability. If a woman can always predict what you'll say, how you'll react, or what mood you'll be in, you might feel dependable. But to her, you slowly fade into the background. You become like furniture, safe, comfortable, but ultimately invisible. Predictability kills excitement. Emotional contrast sparks curiosity. When your feelings and energy naturally shift, sometimes playful, sometimes serious, sometimes calm, sometimes intense, her brain stays engaged. She notices you more because she can't fully read you. This doesn't mean being cold, confusing, or unstable. It means being human, dynamic, and alive. Here's how to do it the right way. 1. Vary your emotional energy naturally. Some days you are warm, joking, and fully present. Other days you are focused on your work, goals, or personal life. You still respond, but with less emotional intensity, not because you're upset, but because your life moves forward. This shows balance, not distance. 2. Mix depth with lightness. Some conversations are meaningful, talking about dreams, values, or life goals. Others are fun, playful, or teasing. Switching between serious and light keeps things interesting and prevents emotional boredom. 3. Surprise her occasionally. Not all the time, just sometimes. A spontaneous plan, an unexpected compliment, or a confident decision can create memorable moments. These small surprises break the routine and spark emotional excitement. When your emotions have movement, your presence feels alive. Mystery keeps her attention. Attention builds connection, and connection keeps attraction strong. The power of silent confidence. Silent confidence is one of the most effective ways to attract women, and it works very differently from what most men assume. Many confuse leadership with being controlling, bossy, or showing off power, but true leadership is far from that. Real leadership is quiet. It is calm. It does not push anyone to follow you. Instead, it comes from being certain, composed, and confident in your choices, actions, and presence. When a man shows this kind of calm confidence, it makes a woman feel safe, relaxed, and cared for. And that is deeply attractive on a subconscious level. This kind of confidence comes from clarity. It comes from knowing what you want, understanding your direction in life, and being comfortable with who you are. You don't need to shout, argue, or dominate conversations. Instead, you naturally guide situations and take initiative in ways that feel effortless. You make decisions, plan ahead, and manage challenges without constantly seeking approval. Women notice this energy. They feel it. They instinctively sense that they can trust you to lead when necessary, and that trust automatically creates comfort and attraction. Imagine a man who is always unsure, constantly asking for opinions on minor choices, or hesitating at every step. That signals insecurity. It communicates that he cannot handle life's challenges confidently. That type of energy is stressful and unattractive. Women do not want to take on the responsibility of managing your life. They want a partner who can handle problems, make decisions, and move forward without needing endless reassurance. Silent confidence provides exactly that. This quality can show itself in small, everyday ways. It could be as simple as deciding where to go on a date instead of asking her to choose every time, or planning an evening out without constantly checking if it's okay. It can also be reflected in how you deal with problems, staying composed, not panicking, calmly finding a solution, and moving forward. Even your body language communicates confidence. standing tall, speaking clearly, moving with intention. Every small detail sends one strong message. You are in control of your life, and she can trust you. Taking initiative is another important aspect, but it must be done without aggression. For instance, at a restaurant or event, you can guide her gently, offering your hand, leading her through a crowd, or subtly deciding when it's time to leave. You do not need to announce your actions or make them a big deal. Subtlety is what makes it magnetic. Leadership that is too obvious can feel controlling, but when it is calm, consistent, and natural, it is irresistible. Silent confidence also allows a woman to relax into her femininity. If a man is constantly hesitant, reactive, or uncertain, she may unconsciously take over the mental load of planning and decision-making, which creates tension and reduces attraction. But when a man leads calmly and decisively, she can relax. She can be playful, emotional, and fully herself without worrying about the situation. Comfort, trust, and relaxation are deeply attractive. This type of leadership is never about arrogance, ego, or forcing your will. It is about responsibility, emotional control, and composure. A man who embodies silent confidence handles himself and his environment with grace. He makes decisions smoothly, guides situations subtly, and consistently creates positive outcomes. Women are drawn to this energy because it signals safety, stability, and strength, qualities that are inherently attractive. Ultimately, silent confidence is about showing competence, reliability, and certainty without being overbearing. It is about taking control in ways that feel natural and subtle, allowing her to feel feminine, relaxed, and secure. A man who masters this skill is seen as rare, valuable, and magnetic, someone women want to be around and feel deeply connected to. This is why silent confidence is essential. It is a core foundation of attraction. It communicates strength, competence, and security without words. When combined with all the other psychological needs, it creates a presence that is unforgettable, magnetic, and deeply attractive. A presence that women notice, remember, and are naturally drawn to. Make her feel wanted, not just loved. Many good men make the same mistake. They confuse love with desire. They say, "I love you." They give gifts. They are kind, loyal, and supportive. But still, something is missing. They don't make her feel truly wanted. Love gives her safety. Desire gives her excitement. Both are important, but desire is what keeps the spark alive. When a woman feels loved, she feels secure. When she feels desired, she feels attractive, feminine, and alive. Without desire, love can slowly turn into comfort, and comfort alone is not enough to keep attraction strong. So, how can you show desire without being inappropriate or overbearing? Here are 3 simple ways. 1. Use your eyes. Your gaze speaks louder than words. Notice her smile, her posture, the way she moves. Let your eyes follow naturally, not awkwardly. When she catches your look, don't look away immediately, hold it just a second longer. That small pause communicates attraction without saying a word. 2. Confident touch. Not every touch is the same. Forget nervous or casual touches. Choose confident, intentional touches. A hand on her lower back as you guide her, a light pull closer during a conversation. These small actions say, "I notice you, I want you." 3. Calm, honest words. Sometimes just say it simply. In a normal conversation, pause, look at her, and say something like, "You're distracting me." "I can't focus when you look like that." Say it with calm confidence, not neediness. Desire that comes from strength is magnetic. Desire that comes from neediness is off-putting. The key, make her feel wanted, chosen, and appreciated for who she is. Desire is not just about attraction, it's about showing her she matters in a way that keeps the spark alive. Make her feel you are unstoppable. One of the most powerful secrets in attraction is creating the feeling that she could lose you. By this, I don't mean threatening her, playing cruel games, or being mean. I mean living your life in a way that shows you are independent, happy, and complete on your own. You have your own path, your own ambitions, and your own purpose. While she may be part of your life, she is not your entire world. Many men make the mistake of revolving their lives entirely around the woman they like. They cancel plans with friends, give up hobbies, or put their work or personal goals on hold just to be available for her. At first, this might seem like it impresses her. She may feel special for a short while, but over time, this behavior sends a hidden message: that you need her more than you need yourself, that your happiness depends on her. And this kind of neediness can destroy attraction faster than almost anything else. Women are naturally drawn to men who are independent. They are attracted to men who have their own life, ambitions, and interests. Men who are emotionally strong and self-sufficient. When a man shows that he is already fulfilled, happy, confident, and satisfied even if she isn't in his life, being with him becomes something she values. She sees that being with you is a privilege, not a guarantee. And this is exactly where attraction grows stronger. Being independent doesn't mean being cold or distant. It doesn't mean ignoring her needs or refusing to invest in the relationship. It means maintaining balance in your life. Keep pursuing your work, your passions, hobbies, fitness, and personal goals. Maintain friendships, go on adventures, and chase experiences that excite you. When you live a life that is full of your own fulfillment, it naturally shows confidence and strength. And nothing is more attractive than a man who has his life together without depending on a woman to feel complete. When she sees that you are emotionally stable and independent, she feels a quiet, irresistible pull toward you. She senses that if she doesn't give her best, you will not crumble. You are not desperate. You are not constantly seeking attention. You are with her because you want to be, not because you need her to survive. That choice, that calm confidence, is highly attractive. It makes her want to invest herself emotionally, to show up, and to earn your respect, because she knows you won't accept anything less than mutual care and appreciation. On the other hand, desperation destroys attraction. Men who are clingy, needy, or always seeking reassurance create tension and pressure. Women can sense when a man's happiness depends on her. It doesn't matter how good-looking, rich, or kind he is. If he acts needy, she loses interest. When everything in your life revolves around her validation, she feels less excitement, mystery, and challenge, the very things that make desire alive. By showing that you are confident, self-sufficient, and living a full life, you increase attraction immensely. You are sending a clear signal. She is your choice, not a necessity. Being with you is special because she gets to share her life with a man who is already thriving independently. This doesn't mean ignoring her, being arrogant, or withholding affection. It means you have a strong foundation first. You are emotionally strong, centered, and capable. Your attention toward her is a gift, not a requirement. Being okay without her does not make you cold. It makes you magnetic. It makes her appreciate your presence more deeply. It makes her want to contribute to your life, engage with you, and build meaningful experiences together. She begins to see you as someone rare, someone who cannot be easily replaced. This is one of the strongest psychological triggers in female attraction. When she senses that she could lose you, she invests emotionally in ways she wouldn't if she felt safe and guaranteed. Ultimately, this is about balance. You can love her, enjoy her company, and give her attention, but never at the expense of your own life, happiness, or goals. Your independence is your strength. Your fulfillment is your magnet. The man who lives fully, freely, and confidently on his own naturally becomes irresistible. He doesn't need anyone to complete him, yet his choice to share his life with her makes him impossible to ignore. The power of independent thinking. One of the quickest ways for a man to lose attraction is by always agreeing with everything a woman says. At first, being agreeable might seem polite or charming, but very soon it makes a man forgettable. When you never challenge her, never share your own perspective, and always say yes, you don't come across as kind or caring. You come across as empty. Men who constantly agree are easy to overlook. Why? Because real attraction is not built on saying what she wants to hear. It is built on having presence, showing confidence, and having a clear mind of your own. When you respectfully challenge a woman's ideas, something powerful happens in her mind. She starts paying more attention to you, not because you are arguing, but because you show that you have your own thoughts and values. She experiences three things immediately. First, she senses your strength. You are not bending to please her or trying to avoid conflict. You show that you can stand your ground, which signals confidence and security. Second, she feels your independence. You are not emotionally dependent on her approval. Your opinions exist on their own, and you don't need her agreement to feel validated. Third, she sees your identity. You have your own beliefs, values, and perspectives. You are not just echoing her thoughts or looking for validation. This gives you respect, and respect is a foundation of attraction. Challenging a woman intellectually does not mean being rude, argumentative, or aggressive. It is not about winning a conversation or proving her wrong. That kind of behavior destroys connection. The goal is not to dominate. The goal is to express yourself with calm confidence. When she says something you don't agree with, don't stay silent because you're afraid of upsetting her. Calmly share your perspective. You might say things like, "I see it differently. That doesn't fully make sense to me. I have another opinion on that." Say it without anger. Say it without needing her to agree. The real power is not in convincing her. It is in standing firm in who you are. When you express your opinion without tension or defensiveness, you communicate security. You are showing that you are not seeking permission to be yourself. This kind of confidence makes your words meaningful. Many men fear that disagreeing will push a woman away. The truth is, respectful disagreement often brings her closer. It shows that you are a man who cannot be easily controlled or manipulated. That creates curiosity. She begins to engage more, explain her thoughts, and explore your perspective. What seems like a simple conversation turns into mental stimulation, and mental stimulation is extremely attractive. A woman does not want a mirror that only repeats her own thoughts. She wants a man who challenges her, makes her think, and introduces new ideas. Someone who offers a fresh perspective. Someone who encourages her mind to expand. Standing in your truth without hostility makes you memorable. Remember this: you are not here to win arguments. You are here to stand firm in who you are. Respect comes from resistance. Attraction comes from respect. A man who can calmly say, "I disagree," without fear naturally draws attention and admiration. When you think independently, speak confidently, and remain calm while expressing your own ideas, you create a magnetic presence. Women are drawn to men who are self-assured, strong-minded, and unapologetically themselves. This is the essence of intellectual challenge, and it is one of the most powerful tools for creating lasting attraction. Silent confidence that attracts. Silent confidence is one of the strongest ways a man can naturally attract a woman, and it works in a very different way from what most men believe. Many confuse confidence with being loud, bossy, or showing off power. That is not real confidence. True confidence is quiet. It doesn't push, demand, or control. Instead, it shows through calm, steady actions, thoughtful decisions, and a clear sense of direction. When a man has this quiet confidence, it creates a sense of safety, comfort, and respect. And women pick up on this instantly, often without even realizing it. Being quietly confident means you know yourself. You understand what you want, where you are going, and how you feel about life. You don't need to shout your intentions or make a big display of your power. Instead, you lead through example, making choices naturally, calmly, and decisively. You handle situations without panic, hesitation, or constant reassurance. Women notice this energy because it feels safe and reliable. They instinctively sense that they can trust a man like this to take charge when needed, and trust naturally builds attraction. Many men make the mistake of thinking leadership is about dominating or controlling others. But real influence comes from certainty, not force. When a man is unsure of himself, constantly asking for opinions or second-guessing every decision, it sends the message that he cannot handle life confidently. That type of energy is stressful and unattractive. Women do not want to manage a man's life for him. They want someone who can make decisions, take initiative, and navigate challenges without hesitation. Quiet confidence delivers this. Everyday actions show silent confidence more than words ever could. Simple things, like deciding where to eat without asking for constant approval or planning a night out thoughtfully, communicate that you are capable. How you handle problems matters too. A man who reacts calmly to challenges, looks for solutions, and moves forward without drama communicates strength and competence. Even your body language sends signals. Standing tall, moving with purpose, and speaking clearly all show that you are in control of your life. Women notice these cues and feel naturally drawn to them. Taking initiative is another way to demonstrate quiet confidence, but it must be subtle. At a restaurant, social event, or even just walking together, guiding her gently, offering your hand, leading her through a crowd, or knowing when to leave, communicates leadership without pressure. The key is to act naturally. Leadership that is too obvious or forceful can feel controlling, but quiet, consistent guidance creates trust and attraction simultaneously. One of the most important effects of silent confidence is that it allows a woman to relax into her femininity. When a man is hesitant, reactive, or unsure, a woman can feel tension and stress. She may take on extra mental load, thinking, planning, and making decisions herself. This reduces attraction because it creates imbalance. But when a man shows calm, confident leadership, she can let go, enjoy the moment, be playful, and express her emotions freely. Relaxation, comfort, and trust are powerful attractors, and they come naturally when a man embodies quiet confidence. This type of confidence is not about ego, arrogance, or forcing your will. It is about responsibility, self-control, and emotional strength. A man who has it handles himself and his surroundings with grace, makes decisions without hesitation, and guides situations toward positive outcomes without needing to dominate. Women feel this energy instinctively. They associate it with stability, safety, and strength, all deeply attractive qualities. Ultimately, silent confidence is about showing competence, reliability, and self-assurance without being overbearing. It is about taking the lead naturally, allowing her space to feel feminine and relaxed, and creating an environment where she can fully enjoy your presence. When a man masters this, he is seen as rare, valuable, and magnetic, someone women want to be around and feel deeply connected to. This is why silent confidence is essential. It communicates power, security, and self-belief without words. When combined with understanding the other psychological needs of women, it makes a man's presence unforgettable. It creates a magnetic energy that women notice, remember, and feel drawn to. The kind of energy that quietly but profoundly attracts and leaves a lasting impression. These are the 7 key needs: desire, emotional variation, intellectual challenge, sexual tension, independence, leadership, and selective validation. When you meet all of them, you become the man she measures others against. But remember, power without respect harms, and knowledge without honesty misleads. Use this to create real connection, not just temporary attraction. Comment below. Which of these needs do you think is most important? If this changed how you see attraction, share it with someone who needs it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to support the channel. True power comes from understanding psychology and living it. That's unstoppable.